All right, good morning, party people. Number 2, November 19th. Okay, so we are back with Second Chronicles. Those, if you're just catching this and you haven't seen the first video, go back to the first video because it explains where we're at. All right, so this is just a quick recap. So we are back in Second Chronicles today, following the Davidic lines here. This is the Southern Kingdom. We followed all these kings. Now we're down to Ahaziah. We see that his father Jehoram, because of a bad decision by Jehoshaphat, had married into the northern kingdom. Athaliah was Ahaziah's mother. She was a very wicked woman. She was the daughter of Ahab and Jezebel. So we all know who Ahab is, right? So he is named after his uncle, which is a king up here in the northern kingdom, also very evil. So Jehoram is the one that we just talked about in the first video that killed all of his brothers and some of the people up in the northern kingdom that could be a threat to his kingdom. And he was doing that based on his direction and influenced by his wicked wife, whose name was Athaliah. So now we see destruction and distress upon the nation because of what Jehoram has done. And now he has no sons left except one, and his name is Ahaziah, because of the people that had been under control under his father's reign, who was a godly king. God has allowed them to be to come up and harass him, take his possessions, take his sons, and so he's got one son remaining, right? And now he's died a terrible death at the end of chapter 21. But Athaliah, his wife, the mother of the new king Ahaziah, is still alive, and of course she's very wicked. All right, so we see chapter 22 is where we're at right now. Then the inhabitants of Jerusalem made Ahaziah, his youngest son, king in his place. For the raiders who came with the Arabians into the camp had killed all the older sons. So Ahaziah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, reigned. Ahaziah was 42 years old when he became king, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. 1 year, okay? His mother's name was Athaliah, the granddaughter of Omri. So that's these guys here. Let's see. I don't even have Omri on here. See. Let's see. Is he on here? I don't even think he's on here. They leave off some of the kings on this side, on the northern side, because they don't want to talk about them because they're not the guys that are putting together First and Second Chronicles don't talk about all the kings in the north. It's a mess up there, and now it's influencing the south. So it says she was also walked in the way. Okay, it says his mother's name was Athaliah, the granddaughter of Omri. He also walked in the ways of the house of Ahab, for his mother advised him to do wickedly. Therefore he did evil in the sight of the Lord, like the sons of Ahab, for they were his counselors after the death of his father, to his destruction. So he was listening to only the northern kingdom. All the people that had been in the southern kingdom that were godly men, a lot of them had been killed by his father because of his mother, Athaliah. He also followed their advice and went with Jehoram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, to war against Hazael, king of Syria, at Ramoth Gilead. And the Syrians wounded Joram. Now they called Jehoram, so this is his uncle, right? So you've got, this is so confusing, I know. So we've got Ahaziah down here, went to war with this guy. He's the king in the north, and so he didn't ask if he should go, but he is more aligned with the northern kingdom than he is with the southern kingdom. And Jehoram is also known as Joram, so this is the same name, right? They have the same name because they're related. Okay, so he didn't ask if he should go, but he did go. And then it says wounds, and then it says, and Azariah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, went down to see Jehoram, the son of Ahab, in Jezreel because he was sick. So the king of the south, the king of the godly line, went to the northern kingdom to see his uncle because of his wounds he had gotten in this battle that they had been to together, and he was sick. Then it says in verse 7, his going to see Joram, the king of the north, so the king of the south was going to see the king of the north, was God's occasion for Ahaziah's downfall. For when he arrived, he went out with Jehoram against Jehu, the son of Nimshi, whom the Lord had anointed to cut off the house of Ahab. So that's saying that God had anointed Jehu to kill all of the kings of the northern tribe, the northern kingdom, because they were ungodly. So the Lord had anointed him to cut off the house of Ahab. So that's this house. Let's see, where are we at here? The house of Ahab, the northern kingdom. So this guy had been anointed to kill all the descendants. And it says, and then it says, his going to Joram was for God, for his downfall. He went out with Jehoram against Jehu. So they're going out against him to fight against the one that God had anointed to kill the kings of the north. And it happened when Jehu was executing judgment on the house of Ahab and found the princes of Judah and the sons of Ahaziah's brothers who served Ahaziah, that he killed them. Then he searched for Ahaziah, and they caught him. He was hiding in Samaria, and brought him to Jehu. When they had killed him, they buried him, because they said, he is the son of Jehoshaphat, who sought the Lord with all his heart. So the house of Ahaziah had no one to assume power over the kingdom. So Jehu killed not only these guys, not only the Ahab guys, but he also killed Ahaziah. And legitimately so, because he is also not only of the bloodline over here of this group, but he was walking in everything that these guys did, right? So he killed them all. So then it says, so now they have no one to rule over the southern kingdom. So now it says, now when Athaliah, the mother of Ahaziah, the wicked Athaliah, saw that her son was dead, she arose and destroyed all the royal heirs of the house of Judah. So she killed all of the children, the brothers, everyone she could find, she killed. Her own family she killed. But Jehoshabath, the daughter of the king, so this is the daughter of Ahaziah. So this is Athaliah's granddaughter, right? But Jehoshapath, the daughter of the king, took Joash, the son of Ahaziah, and stole him away from the king's sons who were being murdered, and put him and his nurse in a bedroom. So Jehoshapat, the daughter of King Jehoram, the wife of Jehoiada the priest, for she was the sister of Ahaziah, hid him from Athaliah, so that she did not kill him. And he was hidden with them in the house of God for 6 years, while Athaliah reigned over the land. So that shows you how evil and wicked she is. And what's really interesting about this is Athaliah, the one that married, that was, where's she at? She was from the northern kingdom, right? She married Jehoram. They had Ahaziah. So her whole goal was to destroy the bloodline of the Davidic kingdom. So when we see throughout history people attacking the Jewish people, there is an aspect of that is Luciferian, where they're trying to stop the Messiah from from being born, right? So we saw that in the story of Esther. There's all kinds of stories in the Old Testament where you see groups of people, usually outsiders, coming in trying to destroy Israel. Well, here you're seeing within the 12 tribes themselves, the Davidic line that had been promised by God, through which the Messiah would come. Another portion of the tribes within the family was trying to destroy that Davidic line and to take over and take control, thereby destroying the way Messiah would come. Now that is definitely Luciferian. That was Luciferian inspired. There's no way that was godly or the way it was supposed to be. So anyways, I kind of messed this up because I get confused too. When I'm reading it, I'm trying to be super careful to make sure I've got everything in order. But you can get a good study Bible or just read it through in the commentary to get it straight in your head. But it's very sad. Athaliah was extremely evil, killed her own family. So now what we have here is we have one son remaining from the Davidic line. So one son that's carrying the bloodline that was supposed to bring forth the Messiah, and he's been hidden by his aunt, and she's married to a priest. So you see here that the priests have gotten involved. They've taken this one descendant and they've hidden him because they recognize that he's the legitimate heir. Athaliah is evil and from the other kingdom, should not have been in the position she was in, should not have been married to that king and brought forth these children, but this is the one heir that is the legitimate heir. And so at the end of 22, we see that he's been taken away and hidden away, and his grandmother doesn't know. All right, so there we have it. All right, remember, there's no way to the Father but through Jesus Christ, right? That all you have to do is say, Jesus, I give you my life. You don't have to understand everything. You don't have to figure everything out. All that comes with time. Just turn your life to him and just seek him out. He will be found. He says, he promises that, all right? So read your Bible. That's one way you can find him, all right? I got to go. I'm running out of time. Love you. Peace.